Alright guys, such comic again. I hope you're doing well and enjoying your day so far. Rostermania is back underway, mainly on the Challenger side right now, but Octane reveals that in the Pro League, he also tried to make something happen in the same way that Zinni made that phone call last season to talk to Mercules and to try and get him straight onto OpTic, which eventually he did. Octane said he tried a similar thing with Alluka over the last couple of days, but Scrappy was not having any of it. Very much interested to your thoughts in the comments. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always. I greatly appreciate it. Plenty to start with. Formal, I just wanted to mention this tweet really because I think his streams have been sensational since he's come back to streaming, really. I mean, look, he's always been a very entertaining character, but now he's finished his competing career. It looks like, anyway. Would I put it past Formal to want to compete in something else at some point? No, it's, you know, this is what he's like. But the streams have been fantastic, and as Formal says, appreciate how welcoming the COD community has been back again. I mean, it's funny he says welcoming the COD community, like he hasn't been here for years. But, you know, the streams have been so fun, excited for this journey we started together, and the streams have been fantastic. The other thing that I was hinting at earlier today, and we'll talk about in this video now, because a bit of drama on this, was Bance versus Lynz. So you guys may remember that Lynz was due to attend the Esports World Cup this most recent year, I mean a few months ago, but he didn't make it, right? He did a tweet basically that said, I'm not going to be going to the World Cup. This actually was that tweet. I will not be going to EWC because of personal reasons, and how I've been feeling recently feels like I forced myself and pushed to play champs, and I need to take a break so I can be back stronger next year. Disappointing situation for me. I'm sorry to the team. Good luck, brothers. This is only a couple of days before things got underway, so obviously wasn't ideal for Team War in the end. But yeah, Lynz said for personal reasons, feel like he's pushed himself too far at champs and therefore he wasn't going to attend. Now, Bance had a different opinion on the matter. I will say the reason why there's been this drama is because the French scene has not been very happy with Bance trying to get in their lobbies, effectively. So if you guys haven't been following this, but in challenges in Europe, there's always been beef, right, between the UK players and the French players and the Spanish players. It's always how it is. So that's never going to change. And that's what makes European COD what it has been for a very long time. So I don't want that to change, right? There's always going to be that rivalry, that drama there. That's fine by me. But Bance has been trying to broadcast some of these games and be like, all right, lads, do you mind if I come in and codcast your match? We can broadcast it out. It'll be good for everyone. And sometimes they've said yes. Sometimes they've said no. Certainly over the last couple of weekends, the French haven't all been that happy about Bance coming in their lobby. So I think as a result of that and that frustration boiling over, Bance decided to leak something to the public. Well, this at least is Bance's opinion on why Lynz wasn't there at the World Cup.
But clutch rain. Calming up, big.
Not playing EWC. Listen, alright, fuck it. Do you want to know why Lynz didn't play EWC? I'll fucking just say it. Because he didn't play EWC. He snaked on his team 2 days before because he was having withdrawals from quitting the vape. He didn't go for quitting a vape. 2 days before an event. Fuck you.
We were almost at 10. But what a performance.
Let's join.
Too difficult.
I don't give a fuck.
But a solid
what's your thing?
Solid finish. They are from clutch rain holding it out.
So Lynz actually responded to this and said, I wish this was true and the only reason why. I literally moved across the world alone at 18, a gun shooting happened next door of my hotel room the same year, and other things that I don't want to talk about, but sure, we're 30 years old and trying to get likes on that. So Lynz basically says, like, yeah, maybe it was part of the reason. I mean, he says it's not the only reason why, and I mean, really heavily implies that the main reason was still what he was discussing here. So just interesting for sure. Obviously, we'd not heard this before from Bance's side, but effectively Bance was implying that everything that Lynz said in this tweet was kind of cap, and it was because he was getting Pendulum withdrawals. But Lynz says, well, there was obviously more to it than just that. So anyway, we'll leave it there for now. Maybe more to come in the coming days. Few other interesting clips I've got to share. I mean, we talked a little bit about the coaches. I'm sure we'll discuss a little bit about Clay and the Falcons in due course as well. But yeah, back in the day, these salaries were bonkers, right? Year one at LAG, when X was making his 300k bag, that's what the coaches were sitting at as well. I mean, it's unbelievable to think that anyone thought that was actually sustainable. But hilarious to think about in hindsight, because I mean, the players were getting paid 300k each, and I think there was some sort of salary cap, maybe exemption for the coach coaches or whatever. So, like, nowadays, I don't imagine the coaches are getting paid anywhere near that. aBeZy was also making the point, though, about how many league matches the pros actually play and why they should play more. I don't think he said specifically that they are making too much money for what they're playing, but I think it was kind of implied. But also, the CDL should just have them playing more. I think the league is in a better spot now than it's been for some time. I think the state of Black Ops 7 is helping that as well. But Formal made the point the other day about that he thinks the CDL needs to change in its format, needs to be more open and stuff like that. I think aBeZy makes a point that the league match evenings should probably not just be, oh, now it's Falcons v Heretics. Okay, now we're going to take half an hour break and it's going to be Ravens Surge. Like, wow, I'm buzzing for that. Some of the series are actually good, but we know that the best Call of Duty tournaments probably ever to really watch are when there's a lot going on, right? The Challengers Cups are one great example, even the, not even the minor tournaments exactly, but that recent 75k tournament and stuff like that, when there's just a lot happening, there's loads of streams you can go to, okay, watching this game, now we're watching this game, flipping between the two of them. It's always going to be a better scenario. And I think we've moved past the point in the Pro League where that is relevant. I remember the first year of the league back in London 2020 when we would have these terrible matches on main stage. And I was asking people, I think, like, because the year before, pre-CDL, the bad matches would be on Bravo, Charlie, or Delta station, and the good match would be on stage 1, or like on the main stage. That, of course, was not the case that year. There was only one match, and the answer was effectively, well, Paris Legion have paid the same $25 million as OpTic, or as Huntsman then, right? Chicago Huntsman, but effectively they're paid the same money as OpTic, so they get the same screen time. That's the rules. And look, I get it. Had I paid that money, sure, I would also want that, even if I'm an inferior team from what the fans actually care about. But the times have changed, right? The money's been refunded. The league isn't what it was before. So why is it necessary to give all the teams the same coverage? The answer is it's not anymore, and they also know that because they also are moving in this direction with some of the tournaments they have run. So I think probably it could be only a matter of time until aBeZy's point here comes true. But the other thing I wanted to share mainly, really, was this whole Alluka story. So we discussed it earlier today. Alluka was the key story of last weekend's. This weekend's not so much, right? Because didn't win the cup, came top 8 in the end, omit Brooklyn. They bow out of the tournament earlier than expected, maybe. But it doesn't mean that Alluka isn't still in the conversation. We think that based on what Scrappy said yesterday that he might already be going to FaZe, that decision might have been made. But Octane says that having seen clips like this a week or so ago, he was having a talk with the Thieves boys to see if he could make anything happen.
I wonder what the coaches are getting paid. I wonder what all the coaches are getting paid, man.
Like 100K.
He's got to be highest paid coach.
No.
Who is highest paid coach?
Why is not me saying that?
Because I know some coaches.
Who is highest paid
Probably
coach?
Sender.
Gotta be Clay. It's gotta be Clay.
No, probably Sender. Yeah, fucking right.
Nah, Clay's definitely the highest paid
They
coach,
spent
bro.
$1 million on their roster.
Bro,
you think they're also
dude.
spending that much on Pro?
450.
I make less than all of my players.
I would hope
Hey, your
so.
players are
Well-
getting guap though. That's not saying shit. Your players are too fucking paid. That's not
My
saying
bad.
anything.
You're making 400. You're making
It's not saying much.
$449,000.
All I know is 5 years ago, but I can speak from experience. Our LAG coaching staff got 380.
Bro,
By the way,
insane,
that's
bro.
different
For the
though.
whole staff?
That was
That's
insane back then.
Yeah, the whole staff.
Marky B was eating good.
Joey Nubsy.
Wait, Mark. Wait, I'm confused. He got
Joey
380
Nubsy
just Mark.
finessed.
No. My LAG.
No, he was on
They're
LA.
already pros.
I
They're
make more
already in
than
the league.
Shotzzy.
They get paid, bro. They get paid to be in the league.
450.
These guys are all trying to go to the league, are they not?
Yeah, but they
Yo,
don't want to
pros
give away their
should play-
They're giving away their
pros-
dirty strats.
Pros should play 2 matches every Friday, Saturday, Sunday in the league. There should be fucking 3 streams. I don't want to fucking cut the monster
Oh.
desk with fucking 5
Oh.
analysts on it talking about fucking how the matches were. I want to see a red zone. Fucking people swap from every pro match,
Zoom zone.
and they gotta play way more, bro. Way more. 2 matches a day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Brother.
All right, here we go. We're at Boston.
Yep.
Uh,
Who's losing their job?
Purge, Cammy, job's gone.
Her.
What the fuck?
What,
Gotcha.
they've been frying.
Splasher, job gone.
What the fuck?
Splasher.
Is this right? Nero? Is Nero on?
Nero is on Ravens, correct.
All right, Job gone.
Okay.
We can keep the other two for now.
Okay.
Cloud9. Beans, Mack, Vivid. Yeah, all gone, bro.
What the
Okay. Heard.
This is
Vegas.
generational right now.
Drazah, job gone.
Generational amount of hate.
G2. Skies for sure gone. Crimp gone. All of them.
Cramp.
What? You are on tar.
Thieves.
You are on tar.
Thieves. Kenny gone. Miami. I like Miami. Good team. OpTic. I guess they can stick for now. General Mates.
It's okay, Pat. Yep, good. There you go.
Falcons. Xnid gone. Kiz gone.
Kiz?
Koi. Insight gone for sure. Surge. Wiped the whole fucking squad, bro.
Hey, man.
We're tweaking, bro.
Yeah, I do. We're tweaking.
No fucking way, Slay.
I love Pat, bro. You man. Give him my all. I tried for Alluka. I did. I put some feelers out there. It didn't work out.
Yep.
Wait, what, you tried getting them?
I may have sent a text.
No way.
I
Yep.
might have.
It's true, man. It's true.
Ernie
Turning.
just
He
being
laughed at me.
stubborn.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll come around.
Ernie's just got an ego in his big ass head.
What's going on, Ernie?
Oh,
You.
bro, my head is not big, bro.
Just
I'm telling you.
gatekeeping.
Gatekeeping what?
Just the league, bro. You just don't want to see people prosper, new talent.
Oh, me?
Wow.
What the fuck you mean me?
Wow.
What about the teams that can't fucking bio in?
No way.
Oh,
But
come on.
that's where he shouldn't be going.
Bro, that's not my
Those guys
fucking
are already
problem.
irrelevant.
That's not my
Yeah,
problem.
But Ernie, you still got to compete against the top 6.
I'm competing, motherfucker. I'm there.
Absolutely. All right, tell him.
I'm fucking there. Be like this, Jay, and I'll be back to talk to you.
So we know that Methods deserves a fair bit of credit for Mercules ending up on OpTic, right? Because as I understand at the time, Mercules was, well, he had a couple of options on the table. Toronto were offering him a sub spot for decent money, I suppose. It would have been a substitute level salary. They would have probably put him in for next season if that was the case. There was also offers from, I think Cloud9 was certainly interested, maybe a couple of other teams as well. But pretty sure that Mercules had a contract from Cloud9 for good money to join their team. That was a pretty tempting proposition. You'd obviously say in hindsight, oh, well, it was a no-brainer for Mercules to wait for OpTic to come around, but it's not so clear in real time that that was even going to happen. I mean, it's pretty rare that a player... Mercules got blessed in many respects. Beans got his visa problems, and then he turns up to the event. Mercules does very well and looks really good, helps the team improve. I mean, not even necessarily improve, because they were really good at that point with Beans anyway, but, you know, Mercules did a great job and probably felt very fortunate to be in a position where a team like Cloud9 are giving him a 6-figure contract. But that was obviously not his best option at the time, and people were kind of saying, like, look, let's just leave this for a second because you might get a better offer, especially because OpTic was struggling and there was always that possibility. But if it wasn't for Zinni making the point, because OpTic were going to stick, they were fed up with making all the changes. If it wasn't for Zinni saying, look, we need to do this, and him making the conversation happen and speaking to Hector about it and effectively forcing the change through, none of this would ever have happened. Now, again, one of the reasons why Alluka is being talked about in this context is because Mercules exists. Players like Merc do not come along particularly often, as we know. But understandably, I think Octane, given the state of the league, would be having, in the same position as Zinni, a similar type of conversation. Now, look, it's a different scenario. OpTic then were in hell, right? Like, yeah, maybe they played a little bit better with Skies up until that point, but they'd had a horrific season. They'd gone on an awful run. They were a long way into the year at that point. Whereas for Thieves at the moment, they've only played a couple of league matches, and they've looked, apart from the Paris one where they got slammed, they won the other two. And in, you know, okay, it's only scrims, but the other day they played OpTic in scrims and they beat them 5-0 in the hard points, right? So it's not like Thieves are totally doomed, but if you were to get Alluka, let's say, on the sub bench, that could be something advantageous, especially because the other teams also want Alluka. And this is the whole point about FaZe. If it's true that FaZe have got him locked down, they've made the deal happen, they're going to put him on the sub bench, they've paid him good money to make that happen. That's, of course, going to be potentially valuable for the rest of the players to even play better. Even if Alluka never starts on the team, it could still be a good thing that they've brought him in. But maybe Thieves should have done that instead. Maybe they should have put him on the sub bench before FaZe got the opportunity, right? So I think that's what Octane is getting at. I don't imagine that Octane was like, all right, it's time to drop Ken. We've got to bring in Alluka. I think he was probably thinking more in the sense that as a substitute, it might make more sense. But look, Scrap was clearly not interested. I mean, whoever he made the call to or the text to, if he spoke briefly with Rafi to see what the deal would be for Omid, or if he had a quick conversation with Najots, who knows? But definitely intrigued to your thoughts on all of this stuff, as always, in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.